This week, the Gonzaga Prep boys basketball team held a special photo shoot with the state 4A championship trophy that they won earlier this month. March Madness brings great scenes like this every single year. But how this team won is what makes it so special. KREM 2's Mark Hanrahan is live in the studio tonight with more on this squad's unlikely title run.
Whitney, we were there during that photo shoot so we could ask them about their old school recipe for winning that trophy, and the answer kept coming down to two words.
The team.
Defense.
Team. Defense.
Those two words are what you get when you ask the Bullpups why they won. Coach Maddie McIntyre won state championships with 3 previous teams dominating on defense, but this year was different.
Those teams had Division I basketball players on it.
Also, this year's team, no starter over 6'4". Prep's 2 outstanding potential college star bigs, 6'6" Nate Christie and 6'5" Dylan Groves, both lost the entire season to injury. So the same scene repeated every time the team walked into a gym.
When you come into the Tacoma Dome to check in, you have to go through a security line, and they're in the bleachers. The teams that are waiting to play are sitting in the stands, and the kids in the stands were like, "That's Gonzaga Prep, the #1 team in the state." And we all kind of just looked at each other and said, "Yep. This is us. We are not going to scare anybody when we get off the bus, but we're a bunch of dogs."
My team's on the floor.
One Prep fan told us they felt watching this team was like watching a certain classic sports movie.
I've seen you guys can shoot, but there's more to the game than shooting. There's fundamentals and defense.
The 1954 Indiana State champion Hickory Huskers, the team the movie Hoosiers is based on. Short, played great defense, but they had a star, Jimmy Chitwood, based on a real-life shooting legend on that team, so not quite Hoosiers. Maybe the closest thing we've seen to this incredible 2025 Prep team is a much younger 2013 version.
Game over. It's not over. This is only halftime.
4 of the 6 players who played for Prep in the title game also played on the 2013 YMCA Team Batman as 5- and 6-year-olds. Some things haven't changed.
Rebound!
Team Batman was short, played swarming defense, and didn't have a clear superstar. That's about as close as we're going to find for a precedent for this year's
Team. Defense.
But if people want to play in this program, they have to know that they're going to have to play some defense. So much of the world tells you that scoring points is where basketball value comes from, or drawing attention to yourself. We have an entirely different set of values based on getting stops. We employ one defense, man-to-man defense. I can probably seriously count on both hands the amount of times we've played zone in 15 years. Played one possession of zone against Auburn at the state tournament. I don't know if anyone even noticed, but we did try it, gave up an offensive rebound, gave up 2 points, and we went right back to the man-to-man.
Could be Mott, Floyd, Carney, Nielsen, Howell, Pierce, any of them getting a key stop. They'll tell you the names don't matter, the stops do.
It's just, we fight.
And they got enough of them to hold great offensive teams way below their average all year. But you got to get buckets to win, even on a team without a D1 score. So they did. As a team, with a constant motion offense where any of the 6 players could lead the team in scoring any game, fueled by crisp passing not seen since
a minimum of 4 passes before you take a shot, all right?
Like late in the title game, Matt lobbed to Nielsen on an old-school entry pass and hoop that would make a certain Hickory Huskers coach smile. But what happens when it's tied at the end of the title game and you need one?
Just wanted to clear a gap for Brogan.
Brogan Howell, the GSL defensive MVP, got the call to take the biggest shot in Bullpup history.
Yeah, he looked at me and he said game time before he inbounded it. It was cold.
Just try to get to the hoop.
6'2", fading away on the baseline over Puyallup's 6'8" post for everything. One word as the ball left Brogan's hand.
Just tough.
Game. Please. Clutch. Bucket. Wow.
Sick.
Game.
2 words. Looks good.
I thought it was going to be a little bit long because I had to put a little more onto it, but I had faith it would go in.
Fittingly, for a team defined by defense, it came down to one more stop with 1 second left. Howell on Puyallup's Drew Jones, the tournament MVP and best shooter in the state.
We pride ourselves on defense, so it was just one stop for the rest of the season.
A 3 from the corner for the Puyallup win.
It's just please again.
I had my eyes covered by Micah's arm.
Had to pray that didn't go in.
Big time relief.
A stop for the win, as only this team could have drawn it up. for the most unlikely and incredible state title run we may ever see, like a movie script or a childhood wish.
Maybe we could play when we're older together too.
No bigs, no big names, just 2 words.
Defense. Team.
Defense.
Team.
Defense. Team.
Well, it turns out Gonzaga Prep has the potential to be great next year, too. They are only losing 4 seniors and just 2 starters from this year's squad. Whitney?